Good morning or afternoon or evening or whatever the heck it is. I have to install that there exhaust fan up in that there ceiling and have to punch it through the roof. Then install a hood vent and then install or seal that hood vent back to the roof. That's not going to be fun, but I'm going to attempt to do it myself. And if I end up having a leak and having to call a roofer, I end up having a leak and having to call a roofer. We'll see what happens. And as is standard, Bradco is back over here finishing drywall. His favorite thing to do. He does not at all look depressed. He's not listening to... Are you listening to sea shanties or your pirate podcast?
Pirate podcast.
He's listening to a pirate podcast.
Pirate history podcast.
A pirate history podcast. I love it. All right, I'm going to try and do this. This right here is a Panasonic Whisper Value FV0510V SC1 ventilating fan. Bought from Lowe's. It's pretty standard. It's got the fan motor, control board. It's got the humidity sensor. It's relatively thin. It's a DC motor. It's not the same one we have in the back because I don't make that one anymore. That was a Whisper Thin. This is a Whisper Value, so this was like the cheaper version. It does not have a light, only the fan. So I'm going to install it up there somewhere. To explain to you what we got going on here, I just put some 2x4s nailed to the... This is just going to hold the ceiling, so this is non-structural. I mean, it's just a 2x4. It wiggles like crazy. Had to spread them out a little bit. Got this mounted just above the toilet. It's got a 12 3-wire coming into it that'll run to 2 different switches over there. Actually, I'm sorry, it'll run to 1 switch because there's no light. So one of the switches will be the control wire, which would be a low voltage control wire coming off of this red. The constant power will be on the black. That means it can turn on and off whenever it wants to based on the humidity sensor. I can turn it on and off whenever I want to based on the control switch. Then we'll have a neutral and a ground, obviously, because it's got a metal body. The whole thing's got to be grounded. I'll attach that to these wires here. This will be constant power. It'll have a signal wire and a ground. The poop fan has officially been installed. Now you can flip a switch and do your poops. Or, when the humidity is really high, it will flip the switch for you. And then you can still do your poops, but you'll be in the shower, so you probably shouldn't do that. Now I'm going to make great quickness with installing the light fixtures, which are just these stupid little boxes that I hate. But they work really well, and then you just drill a hole in the drywall and you snap the light into it. That's what we've used in every other room. The LEDs last for a long time, and if they ever burn out, you just replace it with another thing that screws into this little connector. So they'll be going here and right above the shower on a single switch. They'll be controlled by a dimmer switch. And then we can get the ceiling put up. How exciting. I've installed some of these lights probably 5 or 6 times now. And every time that I've tried to do it where I string more than one light on a single switch, I have accidentally wired them in series when I should wire them in parallel, where it goes power in to the light and power out of the light through the actual light fixture. It obviously steps it down because it's an LED light. It runs on DC, some sort of step down voltage. And then the second light would be like not bright at all, and then the third or fourth light would just be non-existent because it's basically getting no voltage. Every single time I've done it the wrong way when I started. So I'm going to do it the right way the first time now. I hate these little boxes. I wish they made them twice the size that they make them. If you want to put a 12 gauge wire in there, all bets are off. If you want to put more than 2 in there, you got to get a different solution. 2 in there, you can do. It's probably not the right box fit. It's rated for that. But if you want to put more than 2 in there, which it says you can, it does not want to fit. But anyway, got that. I'm going to go get outlets and wire all these outlets in, and I'm going to wire the switches up just so I can test everything, make sure it works. And then I might take some of it out, or I might just leave it because we're going to have to mud and drywall all this shiz, and Draco's gonna get mud and drywall on everything. All right. I put some danglies and got this wired in. I haven't tested it yet. This will be the first test. No success. You must turn the dimmer up for it to work. Great success! Now I'm adjusting the little dimmer here. Very low. Oop, I'm pointing this at myself. I look like a dummy. I'm adjusting the little dimmer here to make it low lighting. And then turn up the dimmer. Oh my god, it's so bright. Why am I looking right at it? And this one also works. I wired them correctly the first time. Now for the fan test, click the override. I think it's running. Watch out, Beans. Oh, it is. It is running. You can just barely hear it. It's very quiet. Sweet! Alright, everything's working. I'm gonna go turn that breaker back off, because clearly I don't have the fan wired into anything yet, so it's not gonna do any good. I'll also test the voltage at the outlets actually before I go turn that off, but I'm not gonna show you that. Everything's working. Macy is headed to Lowe's to get me a 20 amp dual function CAFI GFCI breaker for this. Technically, I don't think AFCI is required in a bathroom. I think only GFCI is required. CAFI combination arc fault interrupter. It's always better to have more protection, so I spend a little bit extra money and always get arc fault protection for all the rooms anyway. Because I don't want my house to burn down. I have to punch a hole through the roof. I'm going to do that tomorrow because it's supposed to start raining here within an hour. So in the morning, I'm going to get up, punch a hole through the roof for the vent, install this vent hood up there, mastic it in, and we'll be able to put the ceiling up, put the lights in, turn all the power on, and then Draco will have some lights while he's doing the mud and stuff in here. Garrett is so scared today for some reason. Brett Beans, what is your problem? Why are you so scared? You're just a afraid little girl? Oh, she's a little girl. She's just a scaredy cat, a fraidy dog. She'll be okay. I was gonna do something redneckerish. It does sound like a slur. I was gonna do something redneckery, but Macy talked me out of it. So I wasn't gonna show this in the video, but I'm gonna fix it now. So I'll allow you to see what I was going to do, but I'm now not going to do because it's technically not code compliant, even though I feel like I could definitely get away with this without ever having an issue. In order to run this fan, you have to have a constant power wire, a neutral, a ground, and then 2 separate control wires to run the control circuit. You could run like a 12-4 Romex wire, or you could run 2 12-2s. I ended up running a 12-3 when I first wired it because I didn't remember that that's how it ran. I thought you only needed 1 separate control wire for the control override, which was stupid in retrospect. But I did something silly and just pulled an extra 14 gauge wire for the control circuit because it's a low voltage, just like a 12 volt control wire. And I ran it back into the box, but it ain't the right way to do it. So I'm going to pull it out and I'm going to run just 2 12-2 wires and just have an extra ground in there. Or actually I'll probably pull the ground out of the second 12-2 wire. That way I don't have it in the box and don't have to deal with it. So I'll run 12-2, 2 of them. One of them will be for the circuit, the other one will just be the control circuit, and I'll replace all this. So. In the big rock candy mountain, there's some things and stuff and things. All right, I got this fixed. 12-2 wires, dose, 12-2s coming down to the control switch. This is going to be a switch for the hallway light, and this is going to be a blank that for the future, because we have this always getting power, because we have a mirror that's hardwired. It's over there, you can't see it. In the future, if we want to change that, I'll just be able to move this box up and then put a switch right here. This box is already getting pretty full. I don't like it, but it is what it is. It was the deepest box they had. But yeah, everything's good now. I'm going to leave this off probably. There's no reason to have it on unless we want to use these outlets until we get the vent installed tomorrow, because otherwise it'll just be running that vent into the room, circulating air, which is unnecessary. All right, that's all I'm doing today. Like I said, I replaced these wires here with 2 12-2s running to that there exhaust fan. Didn't have a lot of time to work today. Got the boxes for the lights put up for when we get the ceiling put in. We can just cut the holes and put them in. I need to route the outlet to the roof and need to install that in the roof with some of this right here. And then Draco be in here finishing up the walls as they be drying. The last bit before the walls be dried. Oh, there's so much work to be done on the house. We'll be back tomorrow. Good morning, day 2. I've already peeled back the insulation and marked where I'm going to put a hole through the roof here to get my exhaust vent ductwork up through. I'll be installing that on the roof. I'll be setting it in this stuff, APOC 365, with this asphalt reinforced flashing tape. I'll be lag bolting it to the joist. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get started on it now. Oh, got my back. All right, I've got my hole drilled through here to start my pilot. Got a 4-inch bit. Just gonna go as level as I can straight down through here. Probably gonna have to take out piece by piece because this isn't deep enough. I have 2 inches of polyiso foam, and then however thick that weird roof deck is. So I'm just gonna drill through and get through it as I can. I'll go down, connect some stuff up, probably push that vent duct up through, connect it here, push it back down, and I'll connect it, and then I will attach this to the roof deck, and then I'll use this flashing cement to waterproof it. That right there is the secondary weather barrier and the modified bit cap sheet, and then the, I guess it's probably 1.5 inch polyiso, doesn't look like 2-inch. And then we have down in here the roof deck. And that, the cool thing about that polyiso, they use an expanding foam, and it's got a Miami-Dade notice of approval for a roof attachment, so it's hurricane resistant. All they have to do is spray foam. They have to make sure the roof deck is attached to the joist appropriately, and then they can just spray foam this polyiso onto the properly attached roof deck. Then they put the weather barrier, and then they put the cap sheet on top of it. It's pretty neat. Here's one layer of the roof decking. I have no idea what this roof decking is. It's just like a cellulose material. It's almost like an MDF particle board, but it's like, this is what the roof deck is made out of. This is the structural roof deck. The people that replaced my roof when we first moved in, because we had to do it for insurance purposes, they had never seen it either. If you have any idea what it is, let me know. There's more down in there, and I think I fried my drill by, I put this drill through hell. So I think she's done. I gotta go get a different one. And of course, it's starting to rain. It didn't rain at all last night when I wanted to do this, and it is starting to rain right now. Well, I have a big old hole in my roof. Wonderful, I love it. This is my favorite time of day. I'll figure something out. I'll get a piece of tarp and put up here if it really starts coming down, or I'll just lay over the top of it, and I will be the roof. Look at me. I am the roof now. All right, it wasn't the drill, it was the battery overheating and stopping working, but it is still raining. And this drill is on fire, which I knew was gonna happen. I've treated this drill very poorly in the maybe decade that I've had it. Just gotta get through a little bit more roof layer. This is what that last little bit of roof looked like. Again, if anybody knows what that is, it's like 4 inches thick, 3 or 4 inches thick. And it's just like a weird MDF board. So if anybody knows what that is, let me know in the comments. But imagine 2 more inches of that, and that is what my roof assembly looks like right there. Roof deck on the bottom, polyiso for insulation, waterproof barrier, and then a modified bit cap sheet. All right, luckily it's not raining too bad. Draco is headed to Ace because he's got to get me some longer screws. The ones I had that I thought were going to work for this were not nearly long enough. I didn't realize that deck was going to be 5 inches thick, and I'd need a 6-inch screw to get through it. But here's what we got. That's what that's going to sit like. I'll put mastic down, sit it, fasten it, then I'll put mastic over it with reinforcing fabric. Should be good to go. So as soon as he gets back, I'll start doing that. I'm going to go down and get the vent piece connected and pushed up through here so I can be ready to sit it in place when he gets back. Luckily, the rain is just very minor. If it starts to pour, like I said, I will be the roof. I also have a trash bag. So that's Draco's truck cranking if you could hear it. Ouch. All right. It ticks me off that I was going to do this yesterday, and I decided not to because the weather told me it was going to rain. And then it said it was going to keep raining at night every day this week, and it didn't rain at all last night. And the moment I come out here and start doing this, it starts sprinkling. I don't think the sprinkling is going to affect it too much, but this is what we got so far. Got the vent attached, set down in there. Got the mastic underneath the vent hood. Waiting on Draco to get back so I can set the fasteners, really sink it down in there. And then I'll put more mastic and fabric over the top of the border to reinforce all of it. And then we'll test it out, make sure the flow is coming out good. As long as there's no back pressure on the vent should be fine. We'll just make sure we don't hit that vent to crush it anytime in the future. We're just putting drywall in there, so there's not going to be anything in the way that should mess with it. So pretty optimistic as long as the rain holds off. If it starts pouring, I'm not sure how it's going to affect this mastic stuff. I don't think it'll be too big of an issue, but we'll find out. I just had a fantastic idea. While I'm up here today, I'm going to remove this old weatherhead. That was the weatherhead from the previous overhead service installation that we replaced with underground. It's a cool little ceramic insulator right here. Still in relatively good shape for how old it is. But I'm gonna pull this out. I'm gonna drill a 4-inch hole until I get down into, somebody's calling me, stand by. Anyway, I'm gonna be removing this weatherhead, and I'm gonna take one of those pucks that I drilled out from over there with the cap sheet on it. So I'll drill a 4-inch hole just to get to the roof deck. Then I'll take that puck with the insulation and the roof over it. Actually, I'll just drill it, and then it'll be, you know, a 2-inch hole below it, because this is probably 3-inch. So there'll be a 3-inch hole below it. Then I'll have the 4-inch hole above it. I'll sit that puck down in there. Then I'll roof mastic all over the top of it, and it should hold up right nice. And then I'll probably silicone the underside of it just to make sure it stays in place. All right, very happy with how that turned out. Got the puck placed in there, mastic down, fabric down over it. I don't think that's gonna give us any issues in the future. Draco is back, hopefully with all the hardware I need. It is 1,000,000 degrees up here. My back is killing me, but we're almost done on the roof, and then we'll get to work inside and hopefully not be bending over anymore. I'm only partially covered in roof and cement. She's on there now. I don't think that's gonna give us any problems till we have to get a new roof out here. Vent's not blocked up or anything. Don't know how well you can see it. That's what it looks like up under there. So I'm gonna climb down off this roof now and maybe go lay down inside and probably take some ibuprofen or something. The vent fan is installed. This was a light gray shirt when I started wearing it, and these pants didn't have all this crap on it. That's installed. That bend right there isn't as jarring as it looks. It just kind of naturally goes over and then turns up into the roof vent. So this room is ready for drywall. Maybe today, maybe tomorrow. Draco is finishing up doing his sanding. All the mud that shall be placed has been placed, and now he's finishing up the sand in the corners and in the closet and stuff. It ain't even summer yet. It's just dang humid and it's warm, and I'd love a little cold front to come through. That'd be just nice. I've already been laid up by my back, but Draco has been getting ready to hang a piece of drywall in them bathrooms, so we're gonna do that right now, and then that's gonna be the, do I have an alfalfa going on? I do, but that's okay. We're gonna hang that up, and that's gonna be the last thing I probably record for the day, unless Draco keeps doing stuff. Then I might record him doing things, but I'm gonna relax. We got this piece of ceiling board put up. Draco's gonna cut and put that one up. And then this will all be drywalled, and then he'll be doing the mudding and the taping. I'm actually gonna go ahead and install the lights in there now too, because all I gotta do is drill a little 6-inch hole. And my back is actually feeling better now that I'm up and moving around, because I sat on the heating pad for a minute. I don't know, you don't care about my back. You just
Care about the content.
probably you don't. More likely you don't care about any of it, which is also okay. But I'm still gonna put some lights in there so we can see.
Day is never finished. Master's got me working. Someday master set me free.
All right, Draco's screwing in this last bit. We got lights. Oh my God, they're so bright.
Yeah, but it looks so nice.
It's on a dimmer, so they can get very dim, just like me. You can get very dim. But yeah, there's a light over the shower. There's a light over here. Then the mirror has a built-in light, and then you got a gas chamber exhaust vent right over the toilet. So when you do your poop, right up into the poop gas chamber thing. All right, I'm barefoot and I changed shirts because I got drywall dust all over me. But that's probably all I'm gonna do and all I'm gonna record today. Draco's probably gonna mud some in there, and we'll see you again tomorrow. Day 3, Draco is through with his level 4 drywall finish. Macy is in here cutting in the outlets and everything with the primer, and then she's going to paint today. How long does it say you have to wait between the primer and the paint? 4 hours between primer and paint. Did not take that long in the back bedroom when we did this. I'm basically out of commission today, but Draco is starting the drywall in the bathroom in here. Draco has cocooned himself inside to start working. Let me know when I need to trip that breaker. All right, there's a fan that runs on a humidity sensor. That exhaust fan that we installed yesterday runs on a humidity sensor, and I didn't put just an off switch for it because I want it to be able to run whenever it needs to. So the only way to keep it from running is to trip the breaker, and he's gonna be doing drywall muds and sanding and stuff. So, bam, now the breaker's off. So yeah, that's kind of what we got going on today. Draco's doing some drywall finishing in the bathroom, and Macy's doing some painting in the guest bedroom. For any of you that saw the other video we had about my cat Sushi getting attacked one day last weekend, he's still living inside here with us. He's an outside cat through and through. He just wants to be hunting. But he's a good boy, and he's adjusting to inside life okay. We've been keeping him here in our back bedroom. We put him in this crate at night, which, you know, isn't ideal, but it's the best way we can keep him from moving around too much because the vet doesn't want him jumping. He's got, you can't see it right now, but he's just got bites all over him. We don't know what attacked him, but he's doing good. He's a good boy. He's a strong, good boy. Oh, big stretch. Oh, big stretch. He's a good goose. I'm just glad he's all right. That was very not fun for Macy and I, not being able to find him that night and then him coming back up and just being hurt. But we're glad he's doing okay now. And then here is the bean queen, the queen of the hour. Look at that precious face. Have you ever seen such a precious face? And she's gonna lick my toes now, and then she's famous for drive-by toe licking. I think Draco did a fantastic job finishing the drywall. We finally have the mini split running in here, and it is cooling quite nicely. All right, we got the first coat of primer on the walls. This room is going to be yellow, some form of yellow. I don't know, Macy picked it out, and then the closet's gonna stay white. But we got the first coat of primer on. It looks good, you got everything cut in around the mini split. Mini split's keeping it nice and cool in here. Here's Draco. Here's Draco's second coat of mud in this room. This has got to dry, and then he will finish this, or sand it rather, and then he'll put another coat and then sand that, and then put another coat and then sand that, and then he'll fix whatever the spots need fixing. He's surveilling his work to make sure it looks good. It looks great. What do you think?
I like it.
You see any wonkerly spots, wonkerly bits?
The only one I saw was over there.
Now I'm gonna direct Draco to do things that a young bat can do, and I'm gonna go sit down, and that'll probably be all. I might come back in here and help Macy paint some more whenever this dries. It says it needs 4 hours to dry, but it didn't take that long for this primer to dry last time. Hold on, gotta go help Draco. Draco's taking the excess drywall and putting it out in the storage container for us. Maester, how do you feel about it?
Good.
More words.
It's good.
Tell us your thoughts.
The room turned out really well. I'm excited to see it. Egg yolk yellow.
I thought we went with sunrise.
It is. That's the name of it, sunrise. But if I had to describe it to the people,
It'd be
egg yolk yellow. Farm raised.
farm-raised egg yolk yellow. Not none of that store-bought crap. We got free-range chicken egg yolk yellow for this room. Closet's gonna be white, and the bathroom's gonna be green. You said, right?
Right.
Like a bright. I didn't think pistachios were bright. She said bright pistachio green. Once we get this painted, we'll put the ceiling in here. Then we'll get the trim on the windows. It'll be the same as in the back. Then we'll get the flooring, the floorboards, and then whatever she wants to do. We'll probably do the quarter round for the crown molding. But yeah, she's coming along. It's looking real nice. I'm very excited to have a second bathroom, and then to have a second bedroom where the guests can control their own climate. I feel like that's a really nice thing to have. Like, we like having people over here. We haven't been able to do it in a long time because the house is under construction, but once we get this done, it'll be a really nice place for somebody to be able to come and stay and be comfortable. It's been a few hours. I took a nap. Macy and Draco organized the area a little bit because I am useless. And I don't think Draco's sanded anymore in here, but he's got, you know, the first coat of mud, second coat actually, of mud up there. This room has been primed, and I'm about to start cutting in while Macy finishes up doing a paper for school. And then she'll come in here and help me. And we're gonna get this first coat of paint slapped on here. Are we only doing one coat of this? We shall see if we're doing one coat of this. Our first coat of yellow paint has gone on. It's sunrise by Sherwin-Williams Duration Paint. It's very yellow. Macy, tell me your thoughts.
I'm trying to picture in my head what this room looks like finished to see if I like the color.
Ceiling, flooring, furniture. It's going to have the same tongue and groove pine ceiling with the pattern that we did, similar to the back bedroom. The flooring, exactly the same? Same LVP or a different color? Same thing? Same exact LVP as the master bedroom. It's like a oak wood bed frame with like a dark stain on it, right? But yeah, we'll see what happens. It's not my favorite yet, but I trust the process. I don't make any of the aesthetic decisions. Macy has done an excellent job. Everybody that's come over and seen the master bedroom that she designed, laid out color-wise, has said it was great. So I trust the process. We'll see how it ends up looking. You think that'll be all we do today? Maybe Draco will do some sanding. It's about 5:30 already. All right, so Draco's probably not going to sand anymore. I might try and tackle this a little bit over the next week or two, depending on how my back feels. But Draco's outside burning right now, and he mowed a little bit of the grass while I was taking a nap because I'm a lazy sack of bones. But that's all I'm gonna do this weekend. So, Mister, what do you have to say to the people?
Do you think yellow is a polarizing color? Yes or no?
I was hoping she would say, see you next time.